more 1070 feet below the actual minimum, and that's a bit of a problem. Hello aviators, today I'm trying to dive a little bit deeper into the vertical navigation functions of Garmin G1000, and I found one quite interesting piece of behavior. So here we go. I'm trying to land in Košice, so I will select an arrival procedure. I'm close to Ražec, so I will choose Ražec 1 November. I'll basically fly south, where I make this zigzag, goes to the base leg, and then at Lempi we will join the approach. And here we have also, we can activate actually the GPS navigation to Ražec. Arrival procedure is from Ražec at 10,000 feet. We descend to 8,500, then fly level, descend to 5,500, fly long and level until 652, then descend to Kilo Zulu 651 to 4,000, then 3,300, and then we join the approach. All this zigzag. So that's what we have here. Obviously with VNV I need to set the target altitude below the current ones, because it will stop at the indicated altitude here. So we do 3,300, which is the altitude at Lempi, the final point of the arrival. What I want to do, I could use the 3-degree slope and then jump on each step and do like the waterfall kind of dive and drive approach, but because I'm super lazy and I want to be really good to my passengers and have really nice continuous descent without any changes, and I don't want to monitor the throttle and keep up and down, adding power, removing power, what I can do is click here on VNV profile, change it to something smaller. I want to go out of direction, let's say 1.5 degrees. And what I want to do is have continuous descent to Lempi, so I click on VNVD to Lempi, and look what happens here on Kilo Zulu 652. Activate, enter, and all the altitudes are recalculated to work with that roughly 1.5, it recalculate to 1.3 degrees descent. Right. The problem is that all other altitudes are above minimums, but this one, the case it's Kilo Zulu 652, actually went 900 feet, 870 feet. Actually, no, more. It's more, 1,070 feet below the actual minimum, and that's a bit of a problem. So if you look at this, 8,500, 656, we're also below, because we started the continuous descent from such a long distance that we busting the also 656. The only thing I can do now is go to 652 and change it. On the normal Garmin G1000 in real world, apparently this is the clear button, and that should change it to, or give me option to change it to the original value. Unfortunately here I have to go through the manual process, enter, and now I fix actually the 656 as well, where I will start descending only at Kilo Zulu 655, and I went back to standard 3-degree slope. So it's a bit of a fight with Garmin now. I really don't want to have 3 degrees, but nothing lower. 655 is 8,300 again, and I need, no, 656 is 8,500, 8,900, so this will work. And now we have top of descent after Ražec, and we can happily go to just monitoring mode, fix the heading, flying 10,000 straight to Ražec, and then we'll do slight right turn. Should start descending soon after that. Yeah, so if I didn't cross-check this, which is easy to make mistake, you just put in a rush, just press direct navigation, direct vertical navigation, and off you go. If I didn't catch that 1000 feet drop down, I could in better case get the phone call from the ATC with the dreaded message, advise when you're ready to copy the phone number for possible pilot deviation, or in the worst case I could actually hit something. After recording this video, I checked on the map, and actually that U shape is flying around a hill, Koishowska Hola, which is 4000 feet tall, so it's pretty close. Now you can see that I have 1 minute 20 to the top of the descent, still have an altitude 10,000. I didn't arm the vertical navigation, luckily I caught it now, so within a minute we should start descending. We caught a vertical path, and we're starting a very slow descent. The power is okay, I'm 60, so it will speed up a little bit, but it is very shallow descent. So for now, let's pretend that ATC calls us and says, oh yeah, hold on to, do not descend below 9000 for a separation reason. So what we can do, in the 9000 we're still on vertical path, but we have armed alts, which we are, and then we stop and we'll stop our descent at 9000. Okay, we're approaching 9000. Alts is active now, and we'll level off. I can add a little bit of a power. We'll level off at 9000. Obviously, if they ask me to stop descent immediately, I could hit the Alt button and I would stop descent on an altitude I was actually at. Now we can go back to 3300, which is our target altitude. Vertical path is still armed and waiting for us. Our problem is now we fly above the calculated path. You can see that 655, which is our next point, we should be at 8200, and we're cruising still at 9000. So what we have to do now is wait for ATC to give us clearance to continue the descent. And when they tell us we can, just hit the vertical speed, and in order to catch with the glide slope of the vertical path and have vertical speed of 400, this is required. So descending somehow faster, we can go to 900 and reduce the power. We should catch with the 655 is 8200 still, and we have going to miss it on 6000 on Kilozo 655, but right after that we should recapture the vertical path, and here we go. Now we're back on vertical path profile. Now we continue like nothing happened, and bottom of the descent we have in 11 minutes once we reach the Lampi. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed by Garmin just dropping that altitude below the minimum without any warning. Of course, it's responsibility of the pilot to double check and make sure that the autopilot is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. on a real Garmin G1000 it should be possible to hit the clear button and revert back to original value. I didn't find a way how to do it on Microsoft Flight Simulator. If there is any better way how I could handle this, if you know any trick which would prevent Garmin to go below the legal minimums or procedures minimums on the arrival procedure, let me know in the comments.